Come here for cuddles. What are you doing? What's that?
Finley.
That is Finley, isn't it?
Mommy.
Can you say, oh, that is Mummy as well. Can you say hi?
Hi.
Hi.
Shy.
Are you shy? That's okay.
Shy.
You're not shy. You're loud.
Yeah.
Loud.
Kangaroo.
Kangaroo. Okay. Good evening and welcome back to my channel. So yeah, tonight I am cooking and well, I'm just cooking dinner and it is cold and I have been craving my old childhood favorite, which was cauliflower and cheese sauce. And I don't know if that's something that you used to have as a kid, but for me, that was like my all-time favorite. And I've been really craving it as the weather like cools down. So I'm gonna try and make it without cheese or flour, obviously. I have my little sous chef here who is helping me. This time, I don't know if you've seen him in any of my other cooking adventures. He normally eats all the produce. So I've already cut him up some apple to munch on as we cook, so he doesn't take a bite out of the raw cauliflower. But I've got some carrots that I'm gonna put in that. And I also grabbed this purple cauliflower. I've never had purple cauliflower. I don't know how it's purple or why it's purple, but I thought it looked really fun. To be honest, now that I think about like it going like mushy with like cheesiness, it's probably gonna look moderately disgusting, but I think it will taste nice and I'm really excited for it. So I thought I would show you guys how I make it and let you know if it turns out as like an ultimate hack or if it's a total epic fail. How fun does that look? So I've just chopped up my cauliflower, fielded advances from this guy trying to toss everything on the floor. Where are the carrots? Are they on the floor? Yeah, they are. And while I was doing that, I've just got the carrots boiling because they'll obviously take a little bit longer because they're a little bit harder. And then I've just got some cannellini beans, which I've just drained and rinsed, just the one can, because I'm gonna blend them up with some almond milk for my sauce. Excuse me, that's my garlic. Just while the cauliflower and the carrots are cooking, I'm just preparing the ingredients for the sauce. So I find a cheeseless, cheesy sauce. A cheeseless, cheesy sauce just like tastes cheesier if you put a little bit of garlic in it. I personally think it works, so I'm just chucking a couple of cloves in. Also for my cheesy sauce, I'm obviously using nutritional yeast, a little bit of salt and pepper, and then a bit of sweet paprika, because I find that's what gives it a good cheesy flavor. And then to get like that consistency of that thick, yummy sauce, I'm using a little bit of flour. I've chosen to use buckwheat flour because that's just what I have, but you can use any flour really, and then a little bit of Nutella or butter. So I'm just gonna blend a little bit of almond milk in with those cannellini beans and my very roughly chopped garlic. Once that's kind of stirred through, I'm just going to add a bunch of salt. Salt is what kind of gives the cheesy flavor, so don't be, you know, modest with the salt. And a crack of pepper.
Yum. Yummy.
I'm also adding a generous sprinkle of nutritional yeast and a dash of paprika just because I think that gives it a really nice flavor as well. And so this is our finished sauce. Don't be afraid to taste it at this point. Obviously it's like cooked, so you can taste it, just the flavors to your liking. I ended up adding a little bit more nutritional yeast and a little bit more paprika to what I showed earlier, just to get that right consistency, and then like a dash more milk. So just keep adding and tasting until you feel like it's good for you. And then we're gonna drain our vegetables, chuck it on top and chuck it in the oven. Finley's decided he's too hungry to wait, so he's just snacking on some chicken and some grapes. Is that for me? Thank you, I just put that there for you. And we've just got it in the oven. I did pop some quinoa flakes on top, just to give it like a little bit of like a crispy top. You could also use breadcrumbs if you had them, but I didn't, so. For about 25 minutes, I keep kind of checking it, but I'm gonna check it at 25 minutes and hopefully it will be cooked because I'm getting quite hungry too. Are you hungry, Bubby?
No.
No? Really? That's a lot of grapes for one mouth. Yummy?
Yeah.
I'm actually heaps impressed with how this has turned out. Like, the cauliflower has like kept its color, which is amazing. Like, that's still like very purple under there, which are really fun. So it's fun colors, it tastes good, it definitely tastes cheesy, and it probably could have like crispened up a little bit for the quinoa flakes, but they still are like nice and toasted. And I'm a huge fan. This is delicious and the perfect like warm, cozy winter meal. Good morning, happy Wednesday. So it is the next morning and it's actually afternoon now. So it's actually just after 12. Today is Wednesday, and Wednesdays we go swimming. So yeah, Finley and I had a really nice morning. We went for our swimming class and then we go to the park in Kiama and just have a little bit of a play around afterwards. And we've just gotten home and he is asleep. Isn't he? Like, yeah. So yeah, so he's having his nap. So I thought while he's having his nap, I'm going to do a little workout. So I'm gonna do some Pilates because I did a heavy leg day like 2 days ago on Monday, and I haven't done heavy legs in a week or 2 weeks, or probably a bit more, let's be honest. So the DOMs are real. I'm actually still so sore and I don't really feel like lifting anything. I don't really want to jump around and do like an at-home HIIT workout. So I'm gonna do some Pilates, and I'm really excited because I've been meaning to get into Pilates for a while. It's one of those things that like I know I should be doing because I think it's so good for your core, and I really think that it helps like kind of shape and tone your body in a way that I really like. So yeah, I'm gonna do a Pilates workout now while I wait for him to wake up, and I thought I'd show you guys what I do.
Till I get up, time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on
Good afternoon. So my camera died halfway through my workout, which was great. But it was actually a really good workout. It was definitely a beginner workout, Pilates wise. But that is definitely where I am at. I think post baby and pregnancy, I have neglected my core a little bit. So I don't have that like deep core strength that I used to. And yeah, I feel like workouts like Pilates really highlight those inadequacies. So it was really good to kind of start again from the beginning and just really like feel that working and get into it. So love that. I then finished with like a little bit of an arm pump just with some dumbbells. Now I'm just having lunch. So Finley's woken up and he's just playing there. I've made for myself this little nourish bowl. So I've just got some roasted chickpeas and cauliflower, some cucumber, some spinach with this homemade peanut butter and turmeric salad dressing, which I really like. It's like super healthy, but super tasty and just adds like a bit of an oomph. And then I've just topped it with some pumpkin seeds and some hummus just for like a really yummy garlicky. Do you want some cauliflower?
No.
Come up here.
Here.
Finley is having very similar, so he's having cauliflower and chickpeas as well. I've cut him up some cucumber and then I've also just made him some salmon patties with a leftover salmon fillet. So yeah, we're just gonna eat our lunch and then probably go to the park and have a bit of a play and then maybe do a little grocery shop just for some necessities and have a good afternoon. What do you think? Yummy? You want some cauliflower?
Yes.
Yum.
Mommy. Here.
So I'm just having some lunch dessert. I am like obsessed with that term. I like always have like a little like 3:30 Arvo snack pick me up and it's usually something sweet because that's what I'm craving. But I heard someone call it lunch dessert and I absolutely love that. Like I'm here for that. So that's what we're going with. So I'm just toasting some banana bread that I made the other night and like, is it just me or does anyone else just like pick at little bits of the piece you're not eating while you're waiting for your piece to toast? So like you can see like the top parts of all of these pieces are just gone because I'm just picking at them. So I'm just gonna have a piece of banana bread and another tea. This is actually a rubus and vanilla tea. And it's meant to be really good for you. It's meant to have like iron and minerals and heaps of good stuff. I Googled it and it's really good. And the vanilla makes it really sweet. And this is just from Aldi and I've been absolutely loving that. So yeah, I kind of go through phases where I'm like sick of peppermint and green tea. Like sometimes I love it and then other times I'm just done. And right now I'm done. And I'm really loving this kind of like sweet vibe because it's really good for after dinner or when I am feeling like a snack. Yum, I'm so excited for that. I've been like such a grub today. I've still got like my breakfast bowl pot that I haven't washed up and you can see in my office, I don't know if you can see, there's like a stack of like dirty dishes. So yeah, that's not a vibe, but the dishwasher's going, so I'll empty it when it's finished and then clean up a little bit. So I've just started prepping dinner because when I pick Finley up from daycare, I like to like actually like hang out with him and like read books and just chill because I miss him all day while he's at daycare. So I'm trying to prep dinner now in the afternoon before he comes home. So that way, like when it's dinner time, I can just like pop it in the oven for like that final part of the cook and I'm not like actively cooking too much while he's here. But I'm trying to make like this lentil meatloaf thing that looks super tasty. And I've just put like half my oats in the food processor to blend into oat flour, and then I'm supposed to put the other half of my oats like in whole to like cook and give like a nice little consistency. But run out of oats. So I'm hoping I have some more in my pantry, like in my refill cupboard, but otherwise we might be in trouble. So pray for me. Success. So we do have some more, probably not as much as I need, but I'll probably just top up with quinoa flakes, but life is good. Okay, so I've got my big bowl of lentils here, half of them kind of processed in the food processor and the other half are still like solid. So I think that's good. It's going to give it texture. And then I've also just got a flax egg, or this is like a couple of flax eggs. It's very big flax eggs. Just my vegetable mixture, which is just mushrooms and celery and a whole bunch of spices. And I'm basically just mixing everything together to create my meatloaf. Amazing, so my meatloaf is in the oven and the potatoes are all chopped up and ready to go, so I'll just chuck them in when there's about 25 minutes left on the meatloaf. And now, what are we gonna do, Monkey Roo? Are we gonna read some books?
Yeah.
So this is how our meatloaf turned out. I'm pretty impressed. Like, that looks pretty good. I've already just chopped Finley's bit out, and his is just cooling down in the fridge along with his potatoes. So I've got the potatoes in the oven and just some beans, and that's gonna be our dinner. Yum, so that's my dinner, and that is Finley's. Finley basically eats the same things I do most of the time. I do give him little bits of gluten like pasta and stuff, as well as dairy, which I also don't have, just because he has no intolerance to it, and you know, it's good to incorporate as part of a balanced diet. So I do make him like his own pasta, and he has yogurts and stuff for breakfast. But aside from that, he pretty much eats what I eat or what Callum eats. So if I'm cooking chicken or meat for Callum, Finley will have some of that as well, but he is a pretty good eater. And yeah, I'm hoping he likes this meatloaf. So I'm gonna rate this. This is really good. It's really tasty. And I obviously made like a huge batch, so that's gonna be our next couple of meals. So good little meal prep. I like it. You wanna have a little try?
No.
Future editing Nicole here. Not sure why I didn't film an outro, but I did just wanna make, hello. I did just want to make a little side note that we are currently in lockdown, and obviously this video was filmed like the week before we went into lockdown. I did just have a little bit of a backlog of content, and I am slow at editing. So that is why we talk about leaving the house for like swimming and stuff. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like this video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so I can see you next time. Bye.